maybe the resources would be good and everything, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think aliens exist, but
I do believe that there is aliens on the dark side of the moon.
you know the whole moon gets light up.
Not the other side.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
I'm really going to give you this lecture.
Go ahead. Try it. Fuck with me for a minute.
Oh my god.
Dude, there's a light side and a dark side. The moon does not turn.
Yeah, because it's tidally locked with Earth, right?
Right. Therefore, there's a dark side because it never faces the sun.
No, there's not, idiot.
Huh?
There isn't.
What? There isn't what?
Are you saying that the moon only has one dark side? It never sees the sun?
The moon, we'll never see the other side of the moon. It'll always be facing that way. I understand. Okay, say the sun's right. Say the sun is this zip can that I lit myself on fire with last week. We'll use that for the sun because it's hot and it burned the fuck out of my hand. So, here's the Earth. I understand the moon goes like this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you're saying that there is has a light side when it faces the sun?
No, kind of.
Because it orbits the Earth?
Yeah, okay, so we're on Earth right now, but from Earth, and you look at the moon.
My story that I'm trying to tell you right now is, yes, it might face the sun, but we'll never see that side of the moon lit up, therefore it's the dark side of the moon.
Oh, okay, so you're talking about, like, the side that we will never see from Earth.
Right.
Okay. I thought you meant, like, the dark part, like, the shadow.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
But there is a documentary about it that really convinced me, called Aliens on the Moon. And they have, like, photographs of, like, satellite dishes and, like, big spacecrafts on the moon that aren't ours. That seem pretty convincing to me. And that's a perfect place for them to hide out, too. I just don't know why they won't come here. That's the only thing that
mystifies you.
But there are some, like, astronauts that died after they came back to Earth because they were going to talk about more than that they were allowed to about the moon landing, right?
I bet, but I can't think of any. I can't think of the names.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were. I mean, if I was, I'd be wearing, like, 20 bulletproof vests.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably make a Kevlar ball for me to walk around outside with, just to protect myself and announce to the world that gray-headed fucks are on the moon.
Little green people walk the moon.
Right. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure there was. But whether they died from the government or assassinated or whatever, that's totally up your alley. I have no idea.
What's up my alley?
If you would know that.
Yeah. I'm reading this article right here. You want to hear the first sentence? Listen how funny this is. Space is one of the most terrifying places in this world. That's the headliner. I was trying to read this fact about the 7 most scariest places about space. Or the 7 most scariest facts about space. You want to hear them?
Space is the most terrifying thing on the world. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Delete that article.
Powerful explosions bring back stars from the dead.
Yeah.
Is that a dwarf star? Is that what that is?
I have no idea.
Or a supernova. Yeah, that's right.
A supernova is when a sun or a star suddenly gets
Isn't that where it
brighter.
explodes and it lets out that long beam of light that goes for trillions of miles, like across the entire galaxy. Do you know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah, those are quasars.
Quasars. Those are, like, more powerful than a supernova, right?
Yeah.
Because
they're constantly spinning.
Say a quasar happened, like, 90 billion light years from here. It could reach here, right? And burn us up. I just remember it travels for...
Light does. I'm trying to think. Like, if you were right next to the sun, you would burn up. But if you're, like, probably Jupiter away from the sun, like, you wouldn't be hurt.
From a quasar?
No, from the sun.
I'm not fucking talking about a sun.
I know. But, like, I'm not sure, but I think light gets weaker as it travels out.
I think that's like common sense, isn't it?
Probably.
Because I mean, like, say like say you had like a big parking lot to do an experiment in, like everything's concrete. Say you set a flashlight down in the middle of the nighttime, and you start walking away from that flashlight. Eventually, you're gonna get far enough to where you can't see that anymore.
Right. Yeah, it dims.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, quasar light is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the same thing. Like, as far as way you get away from light,
You won't see it anymore. It'll just die out.
The dimmer will be.
Right.
Right. But yeah, the same thing with quasars, and that huge light that exits out at the opposite poles. That's what you're trying to say.
Because what is it that it's the star that spins like 30 billion miles an hour?
Quasar.
Is that no? It spins like this. Like it looks like a quasar, but the lights go up and down like this instead of the quasar just stays still.
No, quasars spin.
They do?
Yeah.
I thought that because that's what the North Star technically is, right? That's what
Right.
makes it twinkle, 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 little star, because it's a dead star, but it goes like this constantly.
Right. We're seeing the
That's
light.
not a quasar, though. North Star's not a quasar.
I don't know.
How the fuck do you not know this?
I don't know.
There's stuff about science you don't understand.
Yeah, there's a lot about science I don't understand.
All right, well, we'll get off the quasar subject.
Like,
Because we were talking about supernovas, and then we got the quasars, and that's not even on this article.
Right.
This is another scary fact about space. Some stars suck the life out of others. Compared to vampires, these stars are known as the blue stragglers.
The telltale strangler.
They remain young, allowing themselves to burn hotter than and appear bluer than their neighbors by sucking the hydrogen fuel away from their more ancient neighbors. So that's a star, huh? That's not planets?
Yeah. Apparently that's what it's saying is, so this...
Did you know that can happen?
No.
You believe it?
They say it's a fact, then I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
the top headliner reads, "Space is the scariest place in the world."
Yeah, I mean, I'll go ask astrophysicist. But,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll remain a critic on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one's true.
Space debris can...
Space the birds.
Space debris can wipe out an entire civilization. That's the third one.
Yep.
How far is Halley's Comet away from here when it comes around?
I don't know.
Far enough that we're not ever going to be worried about it, right?
Halley's Comet, that comes by Earth once
Every 90-something years, is it?
I thought it was 60-something.
Is it? I'll look it up. I'm actually interested in that.
And
'Cause I know, like, when I was young, Halley's Comet was around, and my dad said he showed me, but I don't remember. It was too long ago.
right. Yeah, I don't know. When will I get my refund?
When will I die? 2061.
Oh, when was the last time? Last appeared 1986.
That couldn't be right. I mean, I guess. But I wasn't born then. My dad said he took me to see it.
Maybe your dad put on a fancy laser show.
But isn't, like, a comet just, like, a big ball of, like, rock and, like, ice, and that's, like, this long stream of...
Yeah, a comet's basically like a rock, and it's covered in ice.
Mm-hmm.
Like a huge amount of ice.
Like, how much ice, though? Because that thing's been burning for...
Right, but the thing is, like, it has so much ice, but, like, okay, say my fist is the sun.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of travels like this.
Yeah.
Like an elliptical orbit. So once it comes back out here, it collects ice crystals.
Oh, so it just keeps going and going and going, and when it comes back, it melts it all, and then builds itself back up again.
Mm-hmm.
So, why is it such a big deal that we found water on Mars? But all throughout the galaxy, there's water.
I think it's just a big deal because of life, like.
Because there can't be life on a comet. I mean, there could actually, right?
No.
Actually, I've heard something about that one time that it was a meteor. I think they were looking at. I just remember they were looking at this one big rock out in space that had water on it, and they said there could be possible life on that, but not likely.
Right. Yeah, with a comet, like you were saying before, like I don't know if that's what you originally meant.
Mm-hmm.
Like it appears in the sun close for like X amount of years or something.
Yeah.
Then it goes out into deep space, possibly past Pluto. So it gets really, really cold. Life can't do that. It has to be like in this habitable zone that Earth is in.
Right.
But on a meteor...
But from what we know, life can't.
Yeah, from what we know right now.
Yeah, because there could be life that could sustain that, right?
Right. There could be like a whole different system.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need like certain gases to live.
Right.
But
which would piss me off.
Because you can survive in the vacuum of space.
Yeah, and I can't. Fuck you guys then.
Alien dicks.
You alien fucks.
But yeah. What's the next one?
The deep dark unknown does. What?
Who the fuck made this article?
This is just another scary fact about space. Space is considered to be the place of extreme blackness. There are not confirming lights that are lit daily on Earth. What?
There are not the comforting lights that are lit daily here on Earth.
If you are afraid of the dark, then space is not the place for you. There are many dangerous phenomena lurking in the empty, vast darkness of space. Even with the stars, there are still a vast, open darkness. Well, that's common sense.
Yeah.
Probably much. There's probably planets out there that you could stick your hand in front of your face and not be able to see it. Mm-hmm. But those planets, then again, planets don't exist without a star, right?
No,
there's no just floating planets out there, is there? Just by themselves? They have to have an orbit, don't they?
There can be.
Really?
Like, yeah, when a solar system forms, like, you know how they say, so our sun collects or attracts matter?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the whole system, but eventually we get, like, our interior planets, the rocky planets. They start spinning like this and then go on forever, possibly. What were we talking about again?
You were telling me about...
Oh, exoplanets. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what they're called, is an exoplanet?
Yeah.
I've heard of that term before.
Yeah, so basically, like, if a solar system fails to, form...
Yeah.
And the star doesn't last, or just dies out, or just moves somewhere else magically, these planets can still rotate, but once the sun's gone, or whatever, they can drift out into space in a linear line.
That's... Okay.
So
could one of our stars or planets do that, essentially?
If the sun was gone.
Okay, so the sun has to die out first for that to happen?
Well, there's a whole process where the sun dies out. But, okay, let's say somebody magically teleported the sun from, center of our solar system all the way to the other side of the Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
Our planets would, still do, what do you call it? Orbit the sun where it used to be for a while, but then we would start going a straight line as soon as...
So the Earth would just become a gigantic, like, ice ball.
Pretty much.
Like, instantly, too.
Yep. It might take some time, but it'll be very short.
How much time would that take?
I have no idea.
For our oceans to be solid from top to bottom. Well, oceans don't freeze. Because it's salt water.
They do.
I mean, they have to freeze after a certain temperature. Salt water doesn't freeze, I thought.
No, they do not. There is a formula, but I don't know how much matter of salt there is in the water. I could calculate that.
Well, if there was no sun, would the oceans freeze?
Pretty much.
Would they? Because all that the North and South Pole is ice glaciers, but that's fresh water, right? if you took a chunk of ice off that glacier, that